Hello everybody, this is Louisa from LA Paper Studio, and I have a quick project share for you all. This is particularly, I'm making this video particularly for people that have their own business, whether it's through Etsy or any other type of business, and you want to custom make your own business cards. As some of you may know, this year I started my Etsy shop, and or I restarted it. I had opened it back in 2013, but never really uploaded many projects. In addition, I've also been, because I've been gifting different things, and people that see these gifts also get to see, they get curious about what kind of projects I make. I get asked quite a few times if I have a website, if I have a shop, and I do, and I've actually found myself without business cards, which is kind of embarrassing for a paper crafter. So I decided to make my own business cards, and the reason too I wanted to make my own business cards is because everything I make really, and this may sound cliche, but it really truly is from the heart. When I'm making it, I love what I do. I love making things, and I love making beautiful things that when people get them, whether it's a gift for them or for someone else, it's just absolutely wow. That's their impression, and it's something that they either love and it's useful to them, or it's something very beautiful. So I decided to make very special cards that would represent what I believe is my brand image. And there are a lot of YouTube videos out there of how to come up with your own brand image. For me, it's been the same image since I pretty much opened my blog. I did toy around with it a little bit, but I ultimately ended with this type of design. And my personal brand image is, I like to use very modern, clean font, sans serif font for most of my typing, and then I do like to accent it with a little bit of a very beautiful, detailed cursive font. So I went ahead and put that together. Then I also decided that I wanted to show with my business card, if someone got this business card, I kind of wanted them to see in one business card pretty much everything that I make. Or that I'm capable of, or a good glimpse of it at least. So I decided to use a scallop image. The reason I use a scallop image is because it shows that I can custom cut, but it's also, and even though it's a custom cut, it's not your traditional rectangle card, even though it is exactly the same size of a regular business card. When somebody gets this, they can see that not only the custom cut, but if they put it in their purse or something, scallops are sturdy enough that it's not gonna, even though it's detail, it's still sturdy enough that it's not gonna break, it's not gonna bend, it's not gonna come apart. If you want to change the type of shape, I would recommend going with kind of the more cohesive round shape set, something that you can test out that's not gonna come apart. The next thing I did is that I printed them all out. Then I cut them using my Silhouette. You can also use a Cricut. The new Cricut version has a print to cut feature as well. But if you don't, you can use your old, if you have an old Cricut, you can still do this. I'll probably be putting some files together within the next few weeks. And also a video of, if you own an older Cricut and you don't want to make the investment of a new one, but you still want to do print and cuts, how to do that. It's actually quite simple. You just have to know how to manipulate the Cricut Craft Room software, which is free to everybody who owns a Cricut, or even if you don't own a Cricut, it's free for you, and Microsoft Word. So then the next thing I did is I wanted to add some more detail to it, and I used Lawn Fawn's stitch border die. It just made this very detailed, beautiful line of dots. You can also use other stitches from it, but I really like the dot look of it. And I did that in the middle because there was a lot of empty space, and I thought it brought a lot of very beautiful detail to it. Then the next thing I did is that I took some embossing powder and a small flower stamp. Again, this is part of my brand image. I've always put Ellie Paper Studio with a flower, starting with a flower. It's the way that my brand works, or the way I've wanted it to work. And I decided to use Stampin' Up. They have this small fruit and flowers stamp set. Has a small flower stamp that I really like. You can use any other stamp though that you own, or you may even have it printed. The reason I wanted to use a stamp is so that I could gold and silver emboss it. You can also print it on laser paper and use a laminator and foil, and it would be beautiful to have every single piece of the font be foiled. It would use quite a bit of foil paper, however, so there's some drawback there. However, if you get the big rolls from Heidi Swapp, it can be a little bit more cost effective. Lastly, the next thing I did was that I cut the same rectangles again. I cut them twice, one with the print, one without the print. And the one with the print, I embossed using a Cuttlebug embossing folder. And because the image is exactly the same, it's symmetrical both ways, I could just easily glue it. I didn't have to mirror it or anything. But if you do have an image that is not exactly the same, you just got to make sure that you're embossing on the right side and mirroring if you have to. Then actually I lied. The very last step that I use is that I put little pearls inside of the flowers. I love using pearls. I think it's a great accent and detail to business cards or any project, any paper project in general. And I ended up using these pearls from Recollections. However, if you want to make it more cost effective for yourself, you can just use a pearl pen. So I hope this inspires you. I hope this helps you think about ways of having your own personal brand and putting it out there and making something very, very special. I really just wanted to share. I love sharing these kinds of ideas, and I really wish I had made this sooner, because I've actually had to write on Post-its my blog website, my address and all that, and which is really, really terrible for a paper crafter. The other thing is that you may want to add your phone number or any other type of contact information. I opted not to do that because when you send me a message on my blog or even on my Etsy shop, it goes directly through to my phone. And it's actually easier than calling me or even texting me, or probably the same as texting me, just because I may not be able to pick up the phone, but I definitely, most of the times I'm able to read the text messages or the Etsy messages or the blog messages. Other than that, I'm really happy with how it turned out. I think it's very elegant, and I think it describes me. I hope, like I said, I hope this inspires you, and I hope this helps your business take off. Thanks for watching.